Good morning, good people. You're listening to WOOM 92.9 South Philadelphia Community Radio, giving you another live edition of the 623 Lives Matter radio show. Thank you guys for. Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Shu? What's going on? Man. Thank guys for tuning in. Everybody that's watching on Facebook Live, we appreciate you. Everybody that's listening to 92.9, we appreciate you as well. We're gonna have just a moment of silence for all the stuff that's been going on in our country, man. All the people that lost their lives in Texas, in Ohio over the weekend. Our thoughts and our prayers go out to them. Just want to have a moment of silence just for our country, man. I have, it's just amazing to me that, this is the land of the free and the home of the brave and all these kinds of things. But sometimes it doesn't feel like we're free at all. It really does. It seems like we are our own worst enemy. So we gotta do better. So we're just gonna have a moment of silence for everybody that lost their lives in El Paso, Texas, as well as Dayton, Ohio, to just the acts of violence, man, that's going on right now. I'm praying, man, that one day that people understand, man, that this is supposed to be a country that is just a country. Right now, we're not even a country, man. This is not the United States of anything. I don't know where we at. But we're gonna have a moment of silence, man. I hope you guys just pray for this whole situation. Pray for what's going on. Just pray for our families, our communities. Just because you just never know what might happen. All right, so just have a moment of silence. All right, good people. What's up, Victor, man? What's happening, man? I see Jim. Thank you guys for watching. I think I saw my brother Zali, man. What's going on? Well, you guys know what time it is. It's 8 weeks left to this election. It's not that much to say that hasn't already been said. You guys know. It's not like you don't know. We have to change the direction of our local union, and then get enough people to change the international union, the leaders there. So these next few weeks, we're going to keep talking about the things that we plan on changing. I think everybody has had enough of our flyers that you understand what we plan on doing. We already started it out at the top of the year by changing our bylaws, making it more transparent for negotiations here. Some other things that we plan on doing. There's a lot of people who just don't even know they're Teamsters. A lot of our members, they pay dues and don't even know why they're paying them. That needs to change. Some of it, the onus, that it falls on the members as well. Because if I'm paying for something and I see a deduction out of my check, I want to know what it's for. And so, we have to let our members know that they're in a union. As all the times I've been at the gates, it's been a lot of members who just don't know that they're in a union. And you can look at that in a lot of ways, because, like I said, I think I asked the question before: is if you weren't paying union dues, how would you know if you were in a union? And these guys kind of answer the question without even me having to answer them. You talking about three-year members or more, and they've been paying dues for 3 years, and they don't even know why, or they never seen their officials, or they don't know what's going on. I mean, they see us, but they don't see the people that they're paying, and that is an issue, especially with all this, all the negativity and all the legislation that's against unions. You would, to me, now this is just me, you would want to be more of a force. You want to be more visible to your members. But that's just me. Everybody knows that this is our 100th year anniversary. I remember way, I think at the top of the year, one of the things I led off with was we cannot end this first 100 years and then think that we can start another one the same way. The next 100 years has to begin better than this has ended. We need to have new leadership and a new vision and a new attitude, because attitude reflects leadership. And our members, we have a poor attitude, and it's basically because of how our leadership has been handling the business of our local union, as far as contracts and how they allow UPS to dictate and to dominate us on a daily basis. So there's some things that we have on our, what we've done to try to show people that there is going to be a change if you elect us. We've been doing it, we've been showing it. So we just need people to vote for it. Every time I'm at the gates, every time I'm in the hub, and every time I'm home, I may get a message, and people really, they encourage us. They say they got our back and they're going to vote. But in the back of my mind, I'm always weary about that, because they said it in 2016. Even though it's a different atmosphere, and it is a difference in the attitude as far as when it comes to change in 2019 than it was in 2016. I do see the difference, but seeing the difference and then seeing the difference on the ballot is where it's going to come into play at. And that's what we need to see the difference. And we need to see the difference in how people vote on their ballots. And the ballots will begin to coming out in about 8 weeks. And so we just need people to vote. I mean, that's just the bottom line. I mean, it all comes down to that. I mean, everything that we have been doing throughout these past few years, it all is going to culminate with what you guys do when it comes down to the voting process. There's really nothing else that, to be said. I mean, people have to put their frustrations on paper. I mean, that's just the bottom line. And I was thinking about something, because you guys know our official was giving out the water bottles for the 100-year anniversary. And it kind of, it made me think. I wanted to ask the question to everybody that's listening on the radio and everybody that's watching. If you are a local 623 member, what are the top 5 things that happen to you being a member of 623 during this first 100 years? I'm going to ask that question again. During these first 100 years of our local, what are the top 5 things that has happened to you as an individual? To me, this is no particular order. The one thing that really stands out to me is it was a few years ago. We weren't getting paid our Monday holidays. Our Article 22.3 preloaders were not getting paid a full day's pay for our Monday holidays. We went to the board. The board didn't do anything. So what myself and Clarence did, we came up with a way to make sure that we wasn't going to have that problem anymore. In our contract, it talks about not working split shifts. And that was the basis of our argument for us and our members that worked on preload at the airport, 22.3 members, to get paid from now on. So what we did was say, hey, listen, if you guys are not going to pay us our full shift, then we're not going to come in. Because if you want us to come in, then you have to pay us, because one of our shifts are not running. And by the contract, there are no split shifts. There's in black and white. And so that's what we did. So when we came in that Tuesday, they fired all of us. But this is the thing. They couldn't send us home because the work had to get done. And you have to know how to fight, and you have to know the plan, and you have to do it strategic, because we just didn't do it. We organized our members. We told them how we were going to do it and what the language says in the contract. See, a lot of people always talk about experience and all these types of things, but we live it. This is not something that we just woke up one morning and said, I think we're going to run for office or whatever. No, our experiences has brought us to this point. Now, do we know everything? Absolutely not. Will we ever know everything? Absolutely not. But just because people may think they have more experience don't make you more qualified. It just doesn't work like that, because experience has to benefit people. You can have all the experience in the world, but if it doesn't benefit anybody, then your experience is no good. And so that's the message that I want to send to a few people, because I get it. One of the biggest things that people may try to say, experience. Experience only matters if it's helping somebody. If your experience is not helping the people that's paying you, then your experience is null and void. Then you're just taking advantage of the situation. And so that's what's been happening. And you guys are going to hear about it. That's going to be probably a rally cry from some people, experience. And, I think it's going to be very, very interesting, because you can't talk about experience when, over half of your board will have less than a year at the time of voting, of being a BA, and other things. You can't really talk about. You got to talk about something else. But I get it and I understand it. It's all political, and as much, I get it. And I'm telling y'all, heard me say this before. I hate politics, man. I hate it. But I guess during these times, man, you gotta. It's just gonna be political. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna stay away from it. I'm just gonna let our work do the talking. There's an old song that we used to sing. It said, "May the works I've done speak for me." And so that's what's going to happen. Our works are going to speak for us, whether you like them or not. And that's the same way for anybody that's running. Their work will speak for them. And unfortunately, our incumbents, they gave you another bad contract. That's going to speak for them. The fact that they let UPS do what they want to do, that's going to speak for them. They come out, when they want something from the member, but they hardly show up when the member needs something. That's going to speak for them. So all these things that, that happen is going to speak for them in the long run. And the stuff that we've done and tried to do and tried to implement and keep doing is going to speak for us. So I'm just hoping that while all these things are speaking, I hope our members are listening. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping you guys are listening and you hear what's going on, and you're watchful. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. I've done it. I experienced that. You listen to other people and you fall for it, and then you kind of find out they use you for your loyalty to them. And so, I just hope and pray that people are paying attention. Now, the other thing that I can, we're very, very proud of, or some of the things that happened in our first 100 here that I can speak of, is the whole delegate election. That whole process, man. I learned a lot. I saw a lot. I mean, that was my first taste of how devious and deceptive that our officials really, really are. We heard a lot of things from the people out there and at the convention about our e-board that I didn't know. And then now when I come back, I see what they were talking about. I learned a lot. I seen a lot. And that was very, very, that was number 2. Number 3 will probably be 2016, the election that we lost. And I was probably, oh man, Hook, we lost. But it wasn't like we didn't fail though. So it's one of those things that, you lost, but it wasn't like damaging. It helped us, it prepared us to get to where we at right now. We learned a lot from that. I mean, if you look at like I said, if you look at the vote counts from 2016 and you add up the numbers, I believe it was 452 people that voted slate-wise against our incumbents. And so it was more people that cast their votes against them than for them. And that was a good sign, and that kind of leapfrogged us to make sure that we kept on going. Because if in 2016, if you weren't happy with them, I know you're not happy with them now in 2019. because actually they have done nothing to try to show you that they're going to do anything better. Like I said, the contract we didn't want, they gave it to us anyway. They still don't stand up too high for an IBT. They still let UPS do whatever they want to do. And for the life of me, I still don't know what's up with this $6 million that we somehow is a shortfall that we don't have any paperwork on. And I want y'all to think about this for a minute. You guys heard me use this analogy before. I'm going to use it again. When I get a Pico bill from Pico, electric bill from Pico, it tells me how much energy I use. And this is why I need to pay this much. And then I pay it. I just don't pay Pico a lot of money, and they don't send me a bill and let me know how much it costs. But essentially, that's what our e-board just did. They told you, if you didn't vote yet the first time on this contract, that you're going to lose money out of your raise and they're going to be put toward the pension. But why was the pension $6 million short? And I'm hoping that, I do want to know, but if they come out with that information now, it's really, really bad, because now we know it's all political. Because it should have came out when the contract was going on. That's when it should have came out. But if it comes out now, I want you guys to really open up your eyes and see that all this stuff is just politics with them. It has nothing to do with you and your family, making sure that you guys are protected, making sure that you can take care of them. It has nothing to do with that. It's all, if they do that, I swear, you can't get around that. If they do that, it's all political. But they need to tell us. They should have told us. But again, we don't have to worry about that no more, because now we have the amendment that is going to change all that. So a rank and file members are going to be there. So it's not going to be none of this, hide and seek type of language. And, I'm just going to tell you what I want to tell you and then make you scared and make you vote away to intimidate you to vote the way I want you to. I think the third or the fourth thing was probably was when I had this meeting with the e-board back in 2014. That really sticks out to me too as one of the top 5 things that happened in our first 100 years. It's because I did what I was always taught to do. I did it to the T. And I was always taught, when you have a problem with somebody, you go to them alone and you try to hash it out. Well, that's what I did. I went to the e-board. I told them, hey, yo, man, we got a lot of problems. The members are not happy with this 2013 contract. You lied to us. You sold us out. You know where to be found. And their response was hooker. Tell the members to be quiet, pull their pants up, la. And I never will forget that, because as a leader, you don't have a right to do that. When you're taking somebody else's money, you're supposed to do the right thing. Telling them to be quiet and pull their pants up after you lied, after you sold us out, after you didn't stand up. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. And then when it comes time to go fight, the person and the entity that has caused us so much trouble, they sit down in silence and protest in silence, they say. You can't protest in silence when they disrespected you so loudly. You can't do that. But that's what happens when we allow our incumbents to keep doing the same old. That's why things don't change, because we keep allowing them to get away with what they're getting away with. Now, the fifth thing, I think, to me was when I first became a shop steward. I think that really was a very, very, good moment for me. I didn't know anything about being a shop steward. To this day, I don't even know why Jumbo and Chris Trumpetta asked me. Rest in peace, Trumpetta. I don't know why, but ever since then, man, I've been trying to do the right thing and trying to protect the members the best way I know how. And so far, it's been good. Every day hasn't been Sunday, but the members know they're protected. They know I always have their back. So, I want to find out from you guys, what are your top 5 things that happened to you or what you've experienced in our local, since this is our 100th year. When I get home, I'm gonna put that question up on the page, and I want to know, what are your top 5 things that happened to you, or what did your top 5 experience in this local for the first 100 years that this local has been in existence. You know, what stands out to you? You know, what can you put to say, yo, that was the moment right there that really sticks out to me. So again, I want you guys to think about that, you know, and see, do we have anybody with similar things? And you know, I think that a lot of people, of course, the whole 2013 thing is going to stick out. I know that was a crazy year, man. I'm telling you, that was crazy. But you know, we have to vote. I mean, just the bottom line, that we have to vote. And also, on August the 26th, we're going to have a joint venture with Labor Justice Radio. We're going to have our whole team there. We want you guys to call in and ask you questions live, so everybody can hear it on the air. Everybody can watch it on the YouTube. You're also going to be able to email your questions in, so he can ask us right away, because we want to hear from you guys. We're not going away. We're not hiding. We don't have to hide. Like I said, our work is going to speak for itself. You know, we want you guys to ask. We want you guys to be up front. We want you guys to hit us with the hard questions, because we have nothing to hide, man. We're trying to do something big here. We plan on making a lot of changes for the better. And, you know, I'm hoping that you guys give us a chance. That's all we asking for, is a chance. And if after that chance we don't do the job, then vote us out. We're not going to be like these guys, oh, man, you know, like it's our spot. Those positions don't belong to the individual. It belongs to the member. You know, you don't, just because you've been doing it for so long don't mean you have a right to it. That position belongs to the membership. It don't belong to the individual that's occupying that position or have that title. It belongs to the member. And I think somewhere along down the line, our incumbents forgot that they have a rendered service. That means every day that they owe us and we don't owe them, you know, but they have forgotten that. So, you know, what needs to happen is people need to vote. And they have to vote in big numbers, because the underlying message that we need to send to the company is that you guys support change and that you guys support us. So when we get in there, the company's going to know that it's going to be no longer, you know, business as usual, because that has to change. It can be no longer that we're going to keep doing what we want to do. No, they need to know that if you violate the contract, if you violate the member, there's going to be repercussions for your actions, just like they do us. If you don't do what you're supposed to do, there's going to be some repercussions. So they need to know that is going to happen to them this time. But again, you guys got to vote. You guys, you have to vote. And part-timers, I hear you. I mean, you guys been wearing me out. You know, it's not fair what they did to them in the contract. Well, you guys got to do something about that. You guys got to vote. They will not take you seriously if you don't vote. You guys have to start valuing you. You know, you got to start, you know, valuing your vote. You have to. If you don't value it, nobody else will. That's why we came up with this whole Value Your Vote campaign, because we're going to be out there getting signatures. You know, we're going out there, you know, because we want you guys to know, hey, listen, this is when the vote's coming up and you need to be there. Yeah, they could, you know what I mean? But, you know, people got to vote, James. They got to vote, man. People have to vote. I mean, it's simple. They mail you the ballot. You put the X in the ballot that's right next to 623 Lives Matter, and you send it back in. You ain't got to buy no stamp. You ain't got to buy envelope, anything. Everything is already taken care of. All you have to do is vote. And I really do believe this time that, you know, we're going to vote, and I don't know about it's going to be in record numbers, but I know it's going to be an overwhelming vote for change. I really do believe that. And I think by talking to people, and you see the look on their face, you see the anticipation of what's happening. They see us at the gates all the time. They see us on the radio. They read our flyers. And, you know, the one thing that has always been said to me during this whole process, even in 2016, is that, Hooker, you guys are saying the right thing, doing the right thing. There's nothing wrong with the information. You know, no one has said anything wrong about it. Even now, I had someone that stopped me, I believe this weekend when we was out there, and they was saying, "Hey, Hooker, man, you know, I grew up with those guys. We do need to change. You know, we do need to change," and that's what they're saying. So I'm hoping that, you know, they do it, because when people that, you know, that are close with them start saying this, I get a little nervous, because I don't want to feel like they're just telling me that just to tell me that. I'm hoping that they actually vote, because, you know, I know friendship is a deep thing, and you don't want to vote against your friend. I get all that, but I think when somebody come up to you and tell you, I drove with them guys, you know, I grew up with them guys, but we do need to change, you know, voting for you, it does make you feel a lot better about everything. But again, you got to put it on paper. Yeah, like Romeo said, if you guys didn't get that Teamster magazine, that means they don't have your address. So if you don't have, if the hall doesn't have your address, what we need you to do, we need you to call down to the hall at 215-289-0580 and make sure that you're giving your correct address, and so they can send you that ballot, because that's the only way you'll be able to vote, is that ballot. And we don't want anybody to be left out on this. We're not going to leave any stone unturned. We're at the bus stop. We're at in the neighborhoods. We chasing drivers down when we see them. We at the gates. We in the buildings, air service. Man, we're everywhere. This is so important, and we need you guys to make sure that you vote. You gotta vote. Complaining is not going to help. Complaining, it never helps. All it does is make you more frustrated. So what we need you guys to do is make sure you vote. You have to vote, because if you don't vote, guess what's going to happen on November the 5th? You're not going to get the change you want, and it's going to be the same exact thing. And if it's the same exact thing, you lose, UPS wins. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. You know, if you don't vote, then not only are you're doing yourself a disservice, you're actually doing everybody that came before you, that came before you, that bled and died. I mean, you're doing them a disservice as well. A lot of people lost their lives for the chance to vote in any election, or in any situation. So we need to make sure that we take advantage of that. It's very important that you vote. Very important that you vote, because a lot is riding on this. It's not just about 2019. It's about 2021 as well. That we have an international election, and you guys already know what our guys are going to do. If they're back in there, they're going to protest in silence again. They're not going to go up against Hoffa and the IBT. They're just not going to. And they showed you that. And they want you to forget that. That's why they keep talking about things like experience and panel and all these things. They want you to forget that, you know, they gave you another bad contract. Panel ain't got nothing to do with the contract that they just sold you out on. You know, panel ain't got nothing to do with how UPS just keeps dominating our members inside the building and everywhere. You know, they don't have anything to do with that. Now, what they should do is tell you how to keep from going to panel. They just skip all that part. They skip all that. They forget the meat and potato. They just say, oh, well, panel. Well, how do I stop the member from going there? Now, I know there's going to be some instances where UPS is going to do some things where you're going to have to go there. But what about educating a member, engaging a member on not having to go there? What about that? What about that? That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to train our members and give them the tools to handle most, if not all, situations on the shop floor. That's how you strengthen the union. That's how you do it. For an example, you guys know about Ivory Minkins, right? If you don't know about Ivory Minkins, I'm going to tell you. This is how you handle a situation on the shop floor. This is how you handle it. You didn't have to go to panel. Didn't have to get all, long and drawn out. This is how you did it. Mr. Minkins had a problem. They tried to tell him that his progression was extended by another 8 weeks. And the contract is 48 months. That's it. That there is no 52 weeks, 60 weeks, 48 months. That's it. That's it. They was giving this man to run around for forever. And the E-board had a part in it too. So the E-board was telling him, oh man, you gotta wait until January such and such to get, top rate. This man waited 4 years to get top rate. The E-board was telling him he had to wait another 8 weeks. He finally got in contact with me. I didn't call the E-board. You know why? Because you handled a problem at the shop floor level. And that's what we did. I said, Mr. Minkins, this is how we going to do this. You're going to go file a grievance. I gave him the articles. I believe it was 41.3 and Article 17. This is what they say. 41.3 talks about how it's only a 48-month progression. Article 17 talks about pay shortages. Put that in, explain it to him. I called him, sent it to him. I called his shop steward and let him know, because I didn't want nobody to say, oh man, Hook, you stepping on the toes. No. I called him up, hey, say, listen, I took care of this because he was having problems. Shop steward said, all right, cool, no problem. All of a sudden, when the grievance go in, the E-board changed their tune. Why did they change their tune? Because the problem was handled on the shop floor. The member was educated, and they couldn't fool him no more. And that is what we need. See, anybody can tell you anything when you don't know. You'll fall for it. You know what I mean? He didn't know, so he was falling for it. He knew was kind of wasn't right, but he didn't know for sure because he didn't know. A lot of our members do not know their right. They don't know the contract. It's not explained to them. We don't even have our contracts now. But they give you a water bottle. But what about my contract? But you know what? That's neither here nor there. I don't even know why I said that. But we have to do a better job of engaging and educating our members. Because of our brother Ivory Minkins, because he was engaged on a situation, educated on a situation, and there was nothing hidden from him because I was transparent with him. He got all his money, over $3,300. But the Hall didn't want to do it. They was going to go along with the company, as most times they do. So we can sit here and say whatever, but there's so many examples that we keep showing you guys on why these guys need to go. Whenever our E-board is complicit with you losing that amount of money, I don't care who it is, they need to go. The man already waited 48 months. You wanted him to lose more money, but you're still getting your money. So what's the problem? People need to wake up. That's not how a union is supposed to, how unionism is supposed to work. We engage each other, we educate each other, so we all can win. I was reading something last night. It was about solidarity, and it was perfect. Solidarity is not just about you standing with me and me standing with you. It's about us looking beyond our own agendas, working together against the same enemy. I just paraphrase it. But that's what it is. Hooker, I don't like you because whatever. Yo, man, I don't like you because whatever. And guess what? You not liking me and me not liking you, guess who that benefits? United Parcel Service. That's who it benefits. It don't benefit you. It ain't benefiting me. It's benefiting them. Unfortunately, that mindset has come from the top. You know what I mean? So that's why we got to get rid of all those leaders like that who don't want to educate, who don't want to engage, who want to play favoritism, who protest in silence, give you bad contracts, take your vote away from you, lied to you, sell you out. Those people need to go. And unfortunately, we have those people here. So what we need to do is look beyond the fact that, hey, Hooker, man, you did this before, man, and, I can't do it. But the guys in office, they selling you out and the company keep winning. We trying to stop all that. We put things in place to make sure the company knows that we're trying to unite against them. Everything that we've talked about has been ultimately to stop UPS from dominating and winning all of the time. I was talking to a guy today who used to be a driver, and he told me one of the most horrific stories I've ever heard. And he was just telling me, like, yo, man, our e-board is this, they did that, they did that, and I'm waiting for the principal officer to say something to have my back, whatever. And then, he waiting for the fight, and the company can do that. When do we have enough of hearing the company can do that, or they can do what they want to do, and all this? If they can do what they want to do, and they can do this and that, then why are we paying these dues? Why? If they can, we might as well be at-will employees then. If they can do what they want to do, I just don't get it. Maybe it's me being too ambitious. I'm young, maybe I don't see it clearly like somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And that may be the case. But I mean, when one of the things my uncle taught me, because he was a union guy, one of the things that he taught me was that the union, when the company gains, the union gains. You're not supposed to go backwards in all these concessions and concessions. Those things are not supposed to happen. But unfortunately, with these guys we have, it's always going to be like that. I mean, just look at how this national contract was handled, right? I think I posted a video of a little, snippet of one of those shows, our very first show we did with the labor justice guys. And we was talking about Dennis Taylor and how he kicked off like 3 or 4 members of the National Negotiating Committee. And when he did that, it just rubbed me the wrong way, because if those brothers are going back and telling their members what's going on, then how can you be mad? That's what you want. That strengthens the union. That strengthens the rank and file. Because now I believe that my leader has my best interests at heart, because he's transparent. If I'm transparent with you, then that means that you're going to trust me. The more transparent I am with you, the more trust that you will give me. This guy just kicks off these guys and then gets mad because they are telling their members what they need to know. They're paying for that. Same thing here. We don't hear anything. They tell us at the last moment about the pension shortage that we still don't know anything about what happened, and everybody seems like it's okay with that. How can you be okay with that? Just take the fact that we're in a union out of the equation. Would you be okay with somebody that you're paying that comes up and tell you, hey, listen, I need more money for this, and if I can't get this money from you, then you're not going to get what you want? But they don't show you the issues. They don't show you the problem. They just tell you this. You're not going to go for it. But for some odd reason, we keep giving these guys chances. And I don't know why. I don't know why. I really don't know why. I think, but in my heart, I do believe that our people, our members here, are finally fed up. I think they have run out of chances. I can see it. I hear it. Now, if they're going to put it on paper, that's something totally different. I'm hoping they do, because we just can't keep going down this road. That's why I want you guys to make sure you tune in August 26th at 5 p.m. 106.5. We're going to do a little collaboration. All our team's going to be out there. And I really want you guys to call in, ask questions. I really want you guys to participate in this, because we're really thinking outside the box and changing how this stuff is done. You know what I mean? And I hope you guys see it. This is not the same old campaigning. You know, we've got so many other people involved in this, other union organizations in the city, because I wanted you guys to see that the big picture here, it's not just about fighting UPS. It's about saving labor at all costs. We have to. You see the attacks. You see what's going on. You see the laws and what they're trying to do. If we don't come together, then we're going to lose. It don't even have to be the UPS. It could be any corporation. We got to come together. That's why I reached out to the teachers here, the steel workers, the CWA, IRC, community activists and community leaders to join up with us so we can make a difference. Because if you guys notice, that video that we got floating out there when we was in the parking lot with the division manager, he didn't care about the fact that we were out there protesting. I'm telling you, he didn't care nothing about that. He didn't care that I put him in his place. He was concerned about all the other people that were out there. Because see, me and all the workers, we can go in there, man, they might try to retaliate against us. Oh, man, you know what? You was out there, you know, fighting for the members, fighting for the contract. I'm going to send you over here. I'm going to do this to you. I'm going to do that. Then, you know, harass you, whatever. You can't send a teacher in there. They don't work for you. You can't send a steel worker in there. They don't work for you. You can't send the CWA in there and harass them because they don't work for you. That was the message I was hoping you guys would see. When we unite, we're unstoppable. Nobody can stop the workers. Nobody. It don't matter where you at, what corporation you work for. No one can stop the workers. They can. They can try. They can do whatever. Look what the teachers did in LA. The second largest group of teachers in the country. They shut that whole city down. The whole entire city. They got the community behind them. They got the parents behind them. And look what happened. That's what we can do here. And that's what this whole 623 Live team, the movement, has been doing. It's not just about getting Shanahan and them out of office. It's not just about getting Hoffa and them out of IBT. It's about strengthening the labor movement so when we go up against corporations like UPS and all these other corporations, they know they are dealing with the whole totality of labor and what it means. That's what this is all about. That's what this is all about. And I'm hoping you guys see that. And I'm hoping you guys see it. If you don't see it, man, I don't know what else to do. I mean, we've tried everything to let you guys see that we're serious about making change. We're serious about doing the job. We're serious about stopping UPS from dominating our members. We're serious about making sure our members are protected and you shouldn't have to come to work and feel like, man, is this the day I'm going to get fired? Or is this the day they're going to harass me? Is this the day I'm going to get suspended? You shouldn't feel like that. You should feel every day you come in, I know my union has my back. I know my union is doing the best job that they can do. I know they're going to stop UPS from doing what they always been doing. We don't have that feeling right now. We don't. We don't have it. But we can if we vote for it. But, that's up to you guys. So I'm hoping you guys vote. And because if you guys don't vote, it's going to be the same thing. What's up? What's up, Brother Doss? What's going on, man? Anthony, what's happening, man? How y'all doing, man? We're trying to get you guys to understand how important this is. Because there's a lot of elections that happen, and a lot of locals changed leadership because they understood that the same old was not working. And ironically, all those people that got voted out in these other locals are just like our e-board here. Just exactly like them. So I'm hoping that our members do the same thing here. We gotta vote these guys out. We have to. I mean, I run down the numbers. I know you guys know the numbers. 37 votes short, slate votes short last time. That's all. And if people really want to know how tight it was, if we would have went into the individual voting after the slate votes, even, they lose 3 seats instead of 1. That's how close we are. That's how close we were. But you guys have to make sure that that doesn't happen this time. I believe it will. I mean, you like, one of our sisters had just retired. She sent me a message. She's saying, good luck to everything that you're trying to do, because you have already made significant change now. And I didn't quite understand it until I look back at what's been happening, with our e-board. All these people retiring and quitting and all these changes. They're not changing because they want to. Trust me. They didn't quit and get out of office and leave and whatever. They didn't do that because they wanted to. Trust me. They see the writing on the wall. And so, I'll never forget. And, Billy Mars told me before. He said, I will retire before I'll let you guys beat me. That's what he told me. Because why quit that job? I mean, why would you quit? I mean, especially if you ain't doing nothing. Why would you quit? But again, we're making changes indirectly, and hopefully that you guys put us in office and we can make some direct changes. I know. So, but again, you guys have to vote. It's that important. We got 8 weeks left, and I just hope and pray that you guys see what's been going on. It's very, very visible. It's vivid. You don't have to go searching for what's been going on here. Everybody knows about it all across the country. Everybody here knows about it. You see it. There is no union presence here. None. I mean, the company has no fear for any type of fight or backbone from our officials. It's just not happening. And so I'm hoping that you guys can just vote, man. That's just the bottom line, man. You guys gotta vote. I mean, I really don't know what else to say. I mean, we've done a lot of work. We're gonna continue to be out there at the gates, educating our members. We're gonna be giving out flyers. We're gonna be on the show. We're gonna be, interviewing our members. We got a lot of people that they have a lot to say about everything. We're gonna be doing that. I want you guys to come down to the show, man. Especially the people, if you run up for office, come on down to the show. Tell everybody, they watch it and they listen it. Tell them what your plans are. Tell them what you've been doing. Something. I mean, I don't know, man. I just don't know. I don't know. I put out there that we should have a debate. Of course, nobody has gotten back in contact with me. I know when we did it early in the year, we wanted to have a debate. I got a message saying that the person that was running didn't want to do it. So, I mean, I don't know if that's changed or not, but I think it would be good that we did. That's why on August the 26th, we're going to be at the Labor Justice Radio, and we're going to have our members call in and ask questions and, your concerns, whatever it is that's concerning. We want to be able to put those concerns at ease, because we've been through a lot as a local, a whole lot. We lost a lot, and it's time for us to start winning, man. It really is. Yeah. I mean, I just don't know what else to do, y'all. It's coming down to the point where it shifts from what we are going to do to what you guys are going to do. You know what I mean? It shifted from that because, you guys see us. You read our stuff. You hear what we talk about. You see us fight the company. You see what we're going to implement in the future. You see what we've done as far as changing the way negotiations are done. The fact that we plan on taking lesser salary and reinvesting that money back into the membership so they can get educated. Because the one thing I found out is that when you feed the mind and you feed people who want to learn, and you feed people who want to get more involved, they'll come back with an idea that could change the direction of your local. I mean, that's what happened to me. I mean, I went to Labor Notes off my own dime. I went out there, man, and found out some stuff, and boom, you know, we changed our bylaws. You know, we came up with some other ideas that's going to make our union stronger. All because, you know, I wanted to learn. You know, I still want to learn. I'm never going to be done learning, because I want to be. I want our members to know that this is not a game to us. It really isn't. This is serious business right here. I mean, I don't like the direction that we're going, and I know a lot of people feel the same way, but a lot of people are afraid and scared, and they oh yeah. I mean, like Romeo just said, you know, the closer it gets to the election, man, it's going to be a lot of stuff. People are going to say this, people are going to say that, because they want you to forget, number one, what they haven't done, or the fact that they just keep selling you out. They're just going to try their best to create, you know, confusion and deception. That's what they're going to try to do. And, you know, you guys have got to pay attention to that, because it's going to come. It's going to come. I'm ready for it. I'm not even concerned about it. I don't care. This is what it is. People are going to say and do whatever they want to do. I don't care. We don't care. Our focus is on the membership and stopping the members from doing, stopping the company from doing what they've always been allowed to do. So that's our focus. And I'm just hoping that you guys vote. You know, and I'm hoping that this show, you guys really understand the importance of voting. It's very, very important. Very, very important. Also, we have the Clementon Park trip, August the 25th. That's a Sunday. The first 6 tickets are $20 a piece. After your first 6, I believe the tickets are $25 a piece. You can call the hall at 215-289-0580, and they'll you know, I guess tell you how to get your tickets. You know, I guess that's how. And also, I know you guys didn't like the fact that you saw them out the gate and they was handing out water bottles, and some of you guys threw them in the trash, some of you guys didn't even take them. But the scholarship fund, I think, what I know is a good thing. So when you guys get the card they give you for the scholarship fund, you can use that, right, and donate the money that UPS wants you to give to United Way. You can give that money to the scholarship fund. So I think that's what we should do. I mean, you got to put the personal, you know, animosity aside and just look out for the kids. You know what I'm saying? Because being mad at them because they're not doing their jobs and you don't want to contribute to the scholarship fund, it's just hurting our members, their kids wanting to go to college and, you know, educate themselves. So, you know, I just really, you know, want you guys, hey, listen. And plus, those water bottles that the members paid for, so don't throw them in the trash. Don't throw them in the trash, y'all. You know, use them, because trust me, your money paid for them, so you don't want to throw nothing in the trash that you paid for. All right? I get why. I understand. But, you know, come on now. That's your money that you're throwing in the way. And I know you probably feel as though that you paying them and the money is going in the trash, because how they, you know, yeah, I got that too. But still, we got to vote, y'all. We got to vote. Bottom line, you got to vote. 8 weeks, 7 weeks, However many weeks it is, you gotta vote. You can't complain. You can't keep saying, hey, Romeo, I got you. Hook, I got you. Backby, Jumbo, Victor, Norm, Esposito. We got y'all this time. I had a driver tell me the other day, yo, I got y'all this time. You know, that sounds good, and I hope it's true. But you gotta put it on paper. You gotta put it on paper. You know, that's the only way it counts. That's the only way it counts. So on the other side of the hour, we're gonna get back into talking to, you know, the things that we are going to specifically change for our members. You're gonna see it, you're gonna hear it, you're gonna wrap your mind around it. Some things I heard from Oregon Avenue last night I want to talk to you guys about. We're going to talk about that on the other side of the hour. So we're going to get ready to hit this break. You're listening to WOOM 92.9 South Philadelphia Community Radio. Make sure you guys go to spcr.org, spcr.org, and donate. No amount is too big or too small. Just make sure you donate. If you love the show, we appreciate it. Donate to the station. It has been a big help to us in what we were trying to do, and so we want you guys to sow a seed and make sure that we can continue to grow. All right, that's WOM 92.9 South Philadelphia Community Radio. Don't forget spcr.org. Go to that page, go to donate. No amount is too big or too small. We'll be back on the other side of this break. CB, what's happening, man? How's that vacation, man? Man. What's up, man? Appreciate it. Ooh, man. All right, good people, we back. We back. WOOM 92.9 South Philadelphia Community Radio. Bringing you another live edition, 623 Lives Matter show. Okay, now, one of the things that I really wanted to end the show on, I really wanted to talk about in specifics about certain things that we really, if we're elected, what we plan on doing. Because I don't want you guys to get misinformed or somebody telling you what we can't do or what we won't do. You're going to hear from me. When I tell you, it's the truth. So, one of the things that we're going to have to do, it's going to take time. We're going to go on the offensive. Far too long, we've been reactive and not proactive. And that's why we keep losing. Now, the only way it's going to work, we're going to have to organize our members and to how we do this. Because you just can't go into the offensive and not have your people behind you ready to go on the offensive with you. We're going to lose. We're not fighting a mom and pop store. We're fighting the #1 delivery company in the world. So you got to be organized. That's going to be one of our main things. Now, part of that organizing drive is going to be educating you on your rights, what you can and what you cannot do, what the contract says and what it doesn't say, the gray areas that have been always going toward the company. We're going to have to reel that back in so we can go toward the member, and we're going to work toward doing that. That's why when we created this ATM committee, that will prepare us to implement these things, because when we start doing these things, they're going to go out into the jobs and the work sites and to the shop floor, and they're going to say, hey, listen, this is how we're going to do this. We're going to have parking lot meetings because we want the company to know that we're coming from them. We're not hiding. We don't have to hide because we're Teamsters. That's why I don't understand why people are so afraid of change. Why are you afraid of something that's going to benefit you? If anything, you should be afraid of not to vote these guys out because they're not going to fight. And you see it. So one of the main things, organizing the membership to get ready to fight. We're just not going to throw everybody into the fire and then, oh man, because then we're going to lose. Everything has to be organized. Everything has to be strategic. If you talk to my guys, they'll tell you. I think a lot. I think about strategy a lot. I think about how this person may come or how that person may come, and I try to come up with a strategy so that we can always come out on top. You know what I mean? That's what I try to do. Another thing that we're going to have to do, we're going to have a union presence in our buildings. I'm not just talking about one BA or one officer come in every once in a while, twice a week, or whatever the case may be. I'm talking about a force of action by the whole E-board. That's what I'm talking about. The members need to see all of us, like I said, going on the offensive. They have to see that. Because if you see that enough, your attitude will start to change. Because like I always say, attitude reflects leadership. If you see us constantly going on the attack, holding the company accountable, then guess what you're going to do when we're not even in the building? You're going to hold the company accountable because you know that, you know what, I know our E-board is going to do that. So that's what you're going to see from us. Building raids is what you call them. You're going to have to raid these buildings because you've never seen that before. I've never seen that before. But those are the things that we're going to have to do. So again, number one, we're going to have to organize around going on the offensive against this company. You're going to have to, because it can't be the company can do what they want to do. They get away with this, they get away with that, and we don't respond. That's why they keep saying the company can do what they want to do, because we haven't responded in the way that we need to respond. The reason why we get paid now on a PHL preload all our hours for a Monday holiday, because we responded. They said, no, we're not going to pay you. We said, okay, well, we're not going to show up for work. Because that's what we organized our members affected by that, and we won. So we know how to do it. And that's what we're going to do on a much larger scale. We're going to organize our members to win. We already been doing it, and we're going to continue doing it. All right? That's one thing. That's part of the plan. Now, this whole bylaw amendment thing, people are confused about it. They don't see the benefits of it. This, that, and the other. Just people always gotta find something wrong. Like I always joke with Romeo. We can find a cure for cancer, and people will find something wrong with that. It's just the way human nature is. But I will tell you this. You know how they handled this whole thing this year about Jumbo. 1 month he voted against the contract. Then the next month he was for it. They didn't tell us anything. The whole $6 million that we don't know what's happening. That stuff won't happen with this bylaw amendment. Now we have a way that we plan on implementing it. I talked about it last week about how we plan on using it. It's not going to be favorites. We don't have favorites. Everybody is our favorites. I'll say that. Everybody is our favorite. All the members are our favorite members. But there's a plan in place on how this is going to be implemented by us. 6 months prior to the expiration of our contract, we're going to go by seniority order in our centers and buildings and whatnot. And we're going to say, hey, listen, do you want to be a part of the bylaw committee? Negotiating committee. That's how we're going to do it. Now, if the senior person don't want to do it, it'll go to the shop steward. If the elected shop steward don't want to do it, then it'll go to the alternate. That's how we plan on doing it. It has nothing to do with us picking who we want. It's who is the most senior number one. Then it goes to the shop steward. Then it goes to the alternate. That's how we're going to put this bylaw committee together. I mean, this negotiating committee together. We're not picking any favorites. We have a structure on how we're going to do this. Because again, we're trying to stop UPS from dominating us. We go to the table if we're lucky enough to be in office for the next negotiations. We go to the table. It's always been the E-board there fighting the company. It's a whole lot different story if I got the rank and file members and the E-board looking at the company. They're going to know we united. They're going to know that we have strength. They're going to know we have power. Because the more that our rank and file members know, the more powerful we become in negotiations. Again, we didn't just wake up one morning and say, hey man, we want to get these guys out of office. This is a whole lot different than it was in 2016. A whole lot different. Again, so now you see some of the things that we plan on doing. Again, shop stewards, we got to train our shop stewards. We got to give them the tools to win, and they have to know that we have their back. One of the worst things you could be as a shop steward, knowing that your E-board does not have your back. That's a bad, bad feeling. I'm telling you. I experienced it. I've had experienced it, and it's a bad feeling because there's so many things you want to do, but you know you can't do because of the people above you. So it's one of the things that we're going to have to let our stewards know from the very, very beginning. We have your back. We're going to give you the tools to put you in the most best possible, whatever adjective word you want to use to make sure you win. But it all comes from training and developing and cultivating shop stewards. We gotta do that. I think I've been a shop steward, I believe, like half of my career here. We only had 2 shop steward seminars, two in about 12 years that I can remember. Now I may be wrong, but I can remember we only had 2, maybe 3. But 3 in 12 years, that's not good. That's not good. Contracts change, managers change, and we have to be innovative as leaders. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over, because that's how UPS keeps winning. They change. They change to the dynamics of their workforce. They know how to manipulate people. You know, I go into an area, you know, I'll see a supervisor, where I'll see a worker works hard, gets in tight with the membership. Next thing I know, they're a supervisor. Guess who the workers are going to listen to? They're not going to listen to the steward or the E-board because they don't have no relationship with them. We got to repair that relationship with our members. We have to. But it all starts by what they see from us. The members don't have to really do nothing. If we're not giving them something to participate in, if we're not creating activity for them, then they're not going to do anything, because they have met their obligation, whether you believe it or not. When that money comes out of that check, the member has met their obligation to their union. Yes, we want them to come to the meetings. Yes, we want them to file grievances. Yes, we want them to come to rallies. We want them to do all of that. But they have met their responsibility. On Friday, or whenever you get paid, you met it. It's up to us to create more opportunities for the member. If we remain stagnant, don't do anything, we only come around when we want something from the membership, we only come around when we want to push a contract that you don't want, we only come around during election time, then they're not going to participate. They're not, because you haven't given them anything throughout the course of the year. And that's what we need to change. We have to be innovative. We have to come up with ways to keep our members' interest, because they're already paying us. Now we have to do our job and make sure we keep their interest for them to want to do more than just pay their dues. You know, want them to come out to a meeting, want them to go to a right to work rally, want them to stand downtown and fight against legislation against unions. But you know, we have to come together. What's going on, man? What's happening? Everything good? You coming right when we get ready to close up shop? What you got, man?
Listen,
What we got?
19 minutes to go.
Yeah. So
19
what?
minutes is a lot.
Tell the crew what happened with the agreement, the panel hearing that was slam dunk.
I think it was slam dunk.
It was slam dunk.
I don't know what Shanahan did to prepare for the case. He was there. He wrote it up. He said he remembered what I said. Right.
Right.
No problem. You read it.
Right.
You understood it very well.
Exactly.
This decision supposed to just read denied. This particular case, when there's a wage claim, I think you need to be very specific as to why you denied it on the paper.
Exactly.
I think that because this way everybody can understand why it is or it isn't.
Right.
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 I have contacted attorneys. They're interested in representing. That I can tell you.
Good. That's
that
good.
will happen.
Good.
That will happen.
Good. So we was just talking about some of the things that we plan on doing when we get elected. I told the guys, and I told you, you know this very, very well. We have to go on the offensive. We can't be reactive. We have to be proactive.
I think that we talked. I think I sent a message to you the other day about being coordinated with what we got to do.
Exactly.
Having the steward and the alternate stewards kind of assign some type of duties in record keeping and such. So there's a much more progression in learning how to be a steward.
Right.
Having that knowledge built from when you're an alternate to when you want to be the actual steward someday.
Right.
You know what I mean? The recording of information, the protecting the full-time work.
Right.
Protecting the new jobs that should be getting posted.
Right.
Those particular things here. We can build a raid. People still not going to show up to work. This is UPS. Let's be honest.
Exactly.
This is hot. We all know that.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that UPS shouldn't be calling people into work.
Exactly.
Making the right move.
Right.
This local has long neglected the ability to call in people, especially for inside people, to call them up and say, hey, yeah, you want to come in? Especially if you're full-time, because they don't want to pay the 8 or 9 or whatever daily guarantee it might be for some people.
Right.
They don't want to pay it.
Right. Right.
Bottom line, it comes into the money. They'd rather say, grieve me if you can, than the gingerbread man. Right?
Right. Right. So we were just going over that because a lot of people say, not a lot of people. There's only a couple of people now that try to throw up the whole experience thing, and they try to throw in this whole panel thing. So my thing I talked about was we need to talk to our members about how to prevent them from going to panel. I mean, now some instances, like in your case, you have to go to panel. You have to. But what about the guy,
Listen, I explained to Shanahan, there's ways to get out of going to panel. But before the case gets docketed for panel, there's other things you as a leader could do.
Exactly.
You could write the labor secretary and say, hey, listen, this is the case that I got. This is the situation. These are the wages. UPS is saying no. I'm saying yes. I need you to go in and review the record and make sure they're paying things accordingly.
Right.
Right?
Right.
From the Fair Labor Standards Act. Let's go in and take a look at the books.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Wasn't done.
Right. And that's the key that I really want people to understand. It's like experience, panel. But what about all the other stuff?
I think that anybody can say, oh, wait, they go to panel, they have experience of panel. They have experience of panel. Has anyone ever said what the record is of panel? Can anyone even tell you what the record is of panel?
I don't know.
Put it. Can anyone even verify whether there's any kind of horse trading behind closed doors when you go to panel?
You can't. You can't.
The panel's so far away. Like in my case, it's Richmond. This month coming up, Asheville, North Carolina.
Right.
Right? Right. I don't know. How many people can ride to Asheville, North Carolina?
Not many.
It's a 14-hour drive, I believe, from record. I used to have families live out by Brevard, so I know how long the ride is.
Oh, yeah, Brevard is a nice place.
Yeah.
I was going to go to school out there before I went over here. Yeah.
So, I mean, that's how it is. But I'll have something for you.
Uh-oh.
Right? I was talking to a member today. He said, supervisors work down the airport so much. Not like they ain't working down Oregon Avenue,
right.
mind you. Okay?
Right.
Not like they ain't working down Oregon. Grieve it, we try to get paid.
Right.
I've done very well.
Yes.
Let's be for real.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I got a list. I sent you the list, spreadsheet.
Yep. Yeah, you did.
Anyone can see what say it.
Yep.
Right? And I got more on the way. The spreadsheet's growing. We'll be at 35 deep before the end of the week easy.
Wow.
Unresolved.
Wow.
Right? He said that the team in general wants to play and to clean the supervisors working down there. Now, they're trying to hold you accountable or other people in the slate for not filing grievances to address the issue, right?
Right.
Mind you, you can see I can file my grievances. It ain't going to change nothing.
Exactly.
It ain't going to change nothing.
Right.
So if I told everybody here, grieve, get paid, let UPS do what they want to do. If they don't come in and check the house, per se, right?
You just said
check
it.
the house, right?
You just said it.
That.
You just said it.
You might as well just go tell UPS, open your pocket. I'm going to grieve and get paid.
And
That's all be coordinated and grieve together on the belt. You take Monday,
exactly.
there's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
There is not enough community action on the grievance procedure. There's not. And because that is not happening, UPS does with that. Then, like you said, there's not a force to come in and check the house, like you said.
Fear of retaliation is the big reason why it doesn't happen.
Right.
So again,
exactly.
Supervisor came to me today.
Right.
He says, I'm very upset that the person that grieves gets paid. You know, it should go to the entire work area affected or whatever. I said, oh, really? I said, okay.
Right.
I said, so is this going to be one guy does all the work and everybody else kind of doesn't do nothing and everybody gets paid? So the one guy puts the target on the back? I said, right. Will the community of people together remember that guy if he gets fired? Will they donate to him?
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Will they bond? You have the bonds
right.
with this person here and say, hey, listen, I'm leading by example. I'm showing you this is what you got to do. This
right.
is how you got to protect the house.
Right.
Right? Not let your house get property taken right out and that means sold on the street. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, it's just how it is.
Right.
You got to protect the house.
And you know, we file grievances down the airport for suits working. Either they get sold or like for mine.
I forgot to tell them that, so I got to tell them.
You know, I mean, so you file and then the BA, you know, does something with your grievances.
Well, I think too, it's about the length of time that there's grievances are particularly stopped.
Exactly.
Like
so
I told you before, when Shanahan said, "Oh, I just read supervisors working on a grievance, and then you know I just take kind of what they give me or whatever." I said, "What?" I said,
right.
The reason why they don't like the way I write grievances and they get mad because I put some details up in there.
Right.
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 So and so, this time, that time. Let's go in and take a look.
Right.
Everybody should know that your shop steward can request a video of the work area to see exactly what went in during the time. Let's put this in perspective, right?
Right.
How many times did it ever go through the investigation process, right? How many times has the business agent said, I'm going to go and get that information? Because technically, he's the guy who can go and get the records.
Exactly.
Right?
Right.
Not the steward, even though there definitely is an issue with that because now you're handicapping the steward and representing the membership. And I would say our stewards, right, the member stewards, need the comprehensive training that you were talking about earlier, right? But they need a plan.
Exactly.
They desperately need a plan because it's very easy to get overworked and overburdened real fast, especially if you got people filing grievances, right?
Right.
I can say, like, from our steward down at Oregon Avenue, I don't like some of the stuff he does, right? I'm pretty sure there's stuff that people don't like that you do.
Oh, yeah.
Other people, right?
Oh, yeah, right. Exactly.
I can say. When the steward starts asking you to start doing steward duties, right? Mm-hmm. Is that a grievance in itself, you think, to get filed? That's what I want to know.
That's a good one.
Right?
I mean, that is a good question.
If you have to provide part of the information for processing the grievance and the grievant, you know, as a grievant, you're not supposed to be doing that work. That's the steward's work, right? That's what he's supposed to get paid for by UPS. That's what it states in the contract.
Right.
How many stewards really invoke that? I know Clarence. Clarence told me he does.
Right.
Clarence got a lot to.
Right.
Said I had enough of that nonsense. I filed the article for grievances. They don't bother me.
Right.
They let me do what I need to do so I can get the grievance, you know, information and put it down on paper so we can go and.
Right. Yeah, I don't have any issues. I go investigate. I talk to this person, that person. What happened? What's going on? Bang, 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 boom. You know what I mean?
So I would say there's a lot of experience there in this particular matter.
Right.
Unity has a habit of letting stuff go for the bare minimum and not getting all the details sometimes. They just want just enough that they feel comfortable with presenting.
Right.
They don't want to get tangled up in a long conversation or case, which is very important. Certain cases that involve like harassment stuff, You want to keep them brief. You want to keep them short. You don't want to try to get tangled up with too many details. So when people try to say, like, oh, well, she's not a credible witness. Or, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
He's not a credible witness
Right.
in this particular situation.
Right.
Because we're asking a lot of questions, and now they're like hemming and hawing, or they're not precise with their answers according to the statement.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Very important things for harassment issues. You want to be quick, short, and have those details for each instance
Right.
together, so you're not allowing the company to elaborate
Right.
on a situation. Say, oh, this is what happened.
Right.
This is it.
You know what? Before you came, I asked a question. I asked, since this is our 100-year anniversary, right? I wanted, when I get home, I'm gonna put it out there. What are the top 5 experiences that you have in this local, good or bad, in this local over the first 100 years? What can you point out and say, yo, these top 5 experiences stick out? So I put mine out there. So what you got?
Oh, 3 times I got fired back today. That's 1, 2, and 3.
Right.
That's 1, 2, and 3. When the NL championship rings were stolen in '93,
The who?
the Phillies won the NL championship,
Okay.
and they were having the rings shipped through UPS.
Oh,
Right.
no.
Someone figured it out, popped the rings. They eventually got the person around. But
Ooh.
I was like, that was kind of wild.
Right.
And maybe the other one that I have is finally getting a preload job that I wanted to make money. That was
Right.
really the big sticking point. A lot of other things happened in between.
Yeah.
To get the job with the job preference and the annual bidding,
Right.
that was very important to me because as a full timer, I always felt like you could get exploited, or if you're a person that wants to stick up, you could always get exploited. And there's a reason why you need to have a bid or have definitely a work assignment
Right.
outlined, so you know what you're supposed to be doing every day, and UPS doesn't just keep moving you around at
Right.
will when you
Right.
file grievances.
Exactly.
I know that before I asked Al Carlini to give me a job description because they were, bouncing me all over the place. I said, listen, I want to make sure I got my 8 hours. Let me go do this work. So they started me at 4:30 to go sweep out trailers, right, till whatever the time the twilight started, 5:30,
Okay.
whatever. Then it from whatever it was, like 6 to 6:10 or something. I was supposed to take my 10-minute break and be over in the work area, right?
Right.
So, no, wait, this might be number 5. So Al Carlino sees me one day sitting over here by my PCN. And I said, yo, they're starting to start time here. I'm supposed to be over here. This is what the job description said, right? I'm just waiting,
Right.
right? Oh my gosh, he was so mad. He would fire me, get all upset, and it never amounted to nothing, obviously, because there's nothing you could do.
Right.
But
Right.
he was huffing and hemming and hawing. Come with me. Go. I was like, do what you want to do. Knock yourself out. The reason why I asked for this because they kept changing the start times and stuff around. So listen, I just want to clear things so I'm not getting jammed up.
Right.
Give me the schedule and I'll work with the schedule and
Right.
that's it. You know what I mean?
Wow. That's crazy. But
Yeah, that would be number 5.
well, we got about 5 minutes left, guys, and we really want to just reiterate. I don't know. Yeah, you got the message about the 26th.
Yes.
Okay, so we want you guys. We're gonna be talking about that. That's gonna be a real big thing. All of us at one time call in, answer your questions. Put us on the spot. Whatever it is. We really want you guys to really think about these questions that you have for us, because we're serious about this. And also, don't forget 8 weeks, 7 weeks, 8. I think it's 7 weeks. 7 weeks left, man.
Yeah, voting again.
Man, until the voting process begins, we need you guys to really pay attention, open up your eyes to what's going on.
Oh, this is what I want to say.
Uh-oh.
This is the 100-year anniversary. What's the thing?
Water bottle, yeah.
Water bottle, right?
Yeah.
I want to tell everybody this right now. What other year have you ever seen them give out a water bottle? What other year have you ever seen them give out the Bill Cook Scholarship Fund thing? Right?
Yeah, I think they always get it going out.
I never seen it coming.
Yeah, they always. I mean, they
You know,
give it
last
out.
time I saw it?
What's that?
Election time.
Uh,
So I'm just going to put this out there.
right.
Realize that the water bottle and the card or employee get you out there. Say, oh yeah, we're trying to organize a membership. A little bit too late, right?
Yeah.
They're trying to make you meet the new business agents called Robinson, Ron Kamat,
Yeah.
because obviously their slate is breaking up, right?
Right.
for different internal issues, which we never ever heard about at the particular union meeting. They always try to appear like there was one, but they're not.
Yeah, we know. Yeah,
Right.
I think everybody sees that when you have how many BAs quit this year or stepping down everything. You got
Kevin Malley,
Wharton B,
and
what you call his retirement. Morris, right?
I guess.
Then somebody said Malley. I think Malley's guy is out of there too.
Malley's retired.
Yeah, well he will.
Let's see that.
That's crazy, man. All these people, man. What's going on with the board?
Kevin Malley's he's up there at age this time. You know what I mean? He's got 30,
but I will tell you,
30-some plus years.
Yeah, but I will tell you this, Espo, and I think you and a lot of people agree with this. If we wasn't pushing like we're pushing, those guys wouldn't quit or retire.
There'd be no water bottles, baby. I'm just letting you know now.
Right.
Because magically they needed something to be the water bottle handout, and it was the 100-year anniversary, which someone brought to their attention. I'm not going to say who. Someone.
Yeah.
But, nonetheless, listen, it's nice to see them out there.
It is.
But out there isn't in there.
Yeah.
In there is where the problem is. It's not out there when the member walks out. They want to go home. They want to leave. We see that when we go out there.
Yeah.
We have people. It's very hard to get people engaged for more than 3-4 minutes because they want to go into their families. They work long hours. They're moving and doing something, whatever. They got plans. Right? The plan needs to be, I need to dedicate half hour at least a week with doing something. Or going out with the people from your work area once a week.
Right.
And, once a month or whatever, and go to the bar or whatever you just want to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Go see a movie together. Who cares? Right? But joining together and talking about what goes on at work or hanging out for a little bit and getting your act together so the company is not taking advantage of it.
Yeah. Well, that's what we got 8 weeks, man. 8 weeks, 7 weeks to vote. 7 weeks to vote. And so people really need to wake up and pay attention. Like you said, what's going on? We can't keep going down this road. We can't. UPS continues to dominate the member, always, and it's because of what we have in office. Just the bottom line. We can talk to people in the face. If people don't vote, it's going to be the same thing. We talked about the numbers. We talked about how close we were last time. It was 452 slate votes they had against them, and they only had 347 for them. So right there, that shows you that even in 2016, the people wanted new leadership. Now, they want new leadership. It has gotten progressively worse.
I want to say this. It's your voice as a member that is the most, has the most impact on everybody else out there.
Right.
You need to voice your opinion and articulate why to other people, hey, yo, this ain't right, that ain't right. This is what's going on. Hey, listen, I'm getting phone calls. Like God was telling me, I got a phone call about my job, and then I got a phone call from Joni about the job, and then all of a sudden it seemed like I didn't have it because UPS said I didn't have it. There's a big mix-up, right? That's what we're talking about, transparency through the bid process.
Exactly. Right.
So,
all right, guys, we're going to get out of here. We appreciate all the calls, the texts, the messages, the views, the listens on the radio. But again, we have 7 weeks left. We need you guys to vote. Don't get sidetracked for what you think these guys might be trying to do something. It's election time. They're going to do whatever they can. So what we need you guys to do is just vote. Just the bottom line. Vote these guys out. We need you guys to value your vote. That's what we need you to do. Value it.
Value your vote with your voice and actions.
Exactly. That's what we need you guys to do. Don't just let your vote go by the wayside. Oh, I get them next time. They may not be a next time.
Just like I said at the union meeting. Think going to union meetings don't matter?
Yeah.
Look at it now.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Everybody chose not to come on a Saturday when it's come contract time. Now you realize why you got to come on a Saturday.
Exactly.
Got to show up to a few meetings a year.
Yeah.
I'm not saying everybody got to be nuts like me and go to every meeting.
Right.
2 years are
But you got to be there. You got to be there. You got to be there to hear what's going on, so you can hold them accountable.
You can see whether they're giving you the information necessary to defend what we got.
Right.
When you go in there and maybe somebody doesn't know, but he asks another supervisor who might know something that's from a different work area, because they're all friends and buddies, right? You might talk.
Right.
You might hear something, you be able to pass it along to the union.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what you got to do.
Right. All right, good people. We're going to get out of here. Thanks for listening to WOOM 92.9 South Philadelphia Community Radio, giving you another edition of the 623 Lives Matter show. Don't forget, August 26th, 5 p.m., we're going to be in collaboration with Labor Justice Radio. Call in. We want you guys to hit us with the tough questions, man. We ready, willing and able. All right, we love you guys. We appreciate you guys. And everybody that sent your condolences to me and my family, man, we appreciate it, and I thank you. I love you guys for that. And that's what this is all about. Family coming together and leaning on one another. All right, that's what we're going to have to do. When we get in office, we're going to have to lean on you. You guys are going to have to lean on us. 'Cause that's the only way we're going to win against the company. That's just the bottom line. All right, peace out. God bless. 623 Lives Matter.
Which allows